Good evening. This is your girl, Coach O, founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, known as your procrastination strategist, behavior change expert. I help you to build unshakable confidence, stop procrastinating, and you got it. Get your dreams out of your head into your life. I pray that you have had an amazing Monday. My day really didn't go the way I planned, but it has been good. The things that I did, I chose to do it. So it wasn't really daunting. It just wasn't what I initially planned to do. I'll put it like that. So we just wanted to drop in for a few minutes to spend a little time with you today. We know that everybody is preparing for the holidays and doing the things that you're doing, and that's awesome and amazing. But Coach O love to ask questions. Good evening, Princess. Thank you so much for joining. I love to ask questions, and so one of the questions actually have two. I got two questions. Yes, go ahead and invite someone, tag someone, share this out, um, and we're gonna get this party started. But I have two questions for you today. I have two questions. And so the first question that I have, come on in a little bit closer, but anyway, the first question that I have is, why are we stuck on this in between stuff? And we're going to get into details about it, but that's the first question. And then the second one is, what are you going to do? And you can get all proper and sophisticated. What are you going to do about it? And all those different sorts of types of things. I do know proper English, but sometimes it just, I just like good talking. Sometimes we get so, and I'm not in its place and all that. Do what we do what you need to do. Do what you have to do. But sometimes we be so sophisticated and educated and degreed that we don't have good street sense. But I'm not gonna go there today. I'm gonna act like I got a little sense today. But anyway, the two questions that I have is, why are we stuck on this in between stuff? What you talking about, Coach? You know how we say, I'm in between jobs, I'm in between relationships, I'm in between, trying to figure out if I want this or if I want that. Why are we in between? We have to really get clear. And I'm going to tell you why you're in between. You're in between because you don't have clarity. Let me turn this extra light on. It just seems like, I don't know, it don't probably do much good, but that little space over there be dark to me. But anyway, you're in between because you don't have clarity and you're not clear on what you really desire. You don't have that burning desire because let me help you. If you knew what you really want, if you knew what, if you had an idea of the thing that you really want, nothing else will satisfy that. You know how sometimes you are thirsty and you drink this and you drink that and you try to quench your thirst with this and that. But then when you really when you have to have some water, nothing else quenches that thirst. Nothing else. It doesn't matter how much other stuff that you drink, but you have to have that one thing, right? But you have to get to a point with your desires, your life, your goals, and your outcome. You have to get to a point that you really know what you want. And see, a lot of us, we're in between because we have not really decided what it is that we want. Those things, let me throw this in too. You got to have some things, what I call non negotiables. Yeah, you got to have a few non negotiables. This is what I want. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. This is not this thing over here. This is what I'm not going to put up with. This is not what I'm going to deal with. Because see, when you know what you don't want, it'll help you know what you do want. And when you know what you do want, it'll help you know what you don't want. See, those things, they really kind of intertwine with each other because it's almost like light and darkness. You cannot have one. You can't have light and darkness it dwelling in the same place, right? You can't have wisdom Just like a relationship. Yes. You cannot have wisdom about a thing and be ignorant about a thing at the same time. So you have to have some non-negotiables and said, I'm not going to be in this in-between stuff because I know what it is that I want. And that's a great point, princess, because it's just like a relationship. Sometimes we'll settle for the in between sister or brother until we get the one that we want, instead of us saying, let me work on me, let me work on some things that I need to be working on while what I really want come. You know what I'm saying? So why are we doing all this in between stuff? We doing in between jobs, we have in between this and in between that. And you know what that does? That keeps you farther away from the thing that you really want. And the longer it takes for you to get the thing that you really want, you will start to lessen the liking or the desiring of that thing, and you'll find yourself on the struggle bus. You will find yourself on the struggle bus, because when you get, it's hard to get off the struggle bus when you listen. It is hard to get off of the struggle bus when you're not sitting in the front seat. You done went all the way to the back. And just think about, can you imagine a school bus? Let's have fun tonight. Let's have fun. In between stuff wastes your time. Oh yes, it does, honey. Because you could have been there, done that, got that, and over that while you in between. Look. But imagine yourself on a bus. On a school bus, they have two rows, one on the left side, a row on the right side. And I don't know how many seats be on there, but let's just pretend that they have, just for talking purposes, we'll say they have 15 rows on each side, just whatever. 15 rows, so that's about what, 30 seats? You at the back. You at the back. It's time to move, honey. You at the back on the struggle bus. You got to go through all those. Just think about if there was other people. You at the back on row 15. Left back, row 15. 14 rows ahead of you and 14 rows on the other side of you. You trying to get out. Have you ever been on a plane and you at the back, and when they land and the seatbelt light come, bing, you can get out your seatbelt, you ready. But you got all those rows, and you got all those people, and you got all those bags, and you got all those distractions, because sometimes the line is moving and the people in front of you, they talking and doing all different sorts of types of things. But guess what? You still can't get off. You cannot get off because there's so much stuff in front of you, baggage in front of you, people in front of you. Yeah, sometimes it's space in front of you because you're not paying attention. And so you got all this stuff that is going on. So you find yourself in line on the struggle bus at the back and can't get off because you're in between stuff. But it's easier to get off when you're in the front or at the back. If they got a back exit, okay, it's easy to get off if you're at the back. I don't know. But we are stuck on this in-between stuff because we are not really confident that we can get what we want, when we want it, how we want it. We have begun to, not just begin, we have gotten comfortable with settling where we are, doing what we've always done, really not liking the outcome of what we've always gotten, but we're afraid to change it. And so the second question that I have is, what are you going to do? And to get really, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? We're coming up to the end of the year. Today is the, 21st? Today is the 21st. We have 10 more days left in 2020. 10 days left in 2020. Usually people get all hyped and excited about a new year. And I don't know who still do New Year's resolutions, but for whoever do those, New Year's resolutions, New Year changes, New Year this and New Year that. But do you know that you can go into a new year with an old mindset and nothing is going to change about your year? It's just a new day on the calendar. It's just another day in time, but nothing in your situation will change because we've seen a lot of years. And you have some people still on the back of the struggle bus, still talking about the same things, still doing the same stuff, still in the same situation, still broke, still tired, still. And you can just put whatever you want to put behind that. Nothing will change except for the day on the calendar. But your struggle is still going to be your struggle until you decide that I am going to do something about this thing because I have been in this cycle, in this vicious cycle, year after year, talking about what they are going to do. And don't do nothing. I have seen so many people hype about a new year. They're gonna do this, that, and the third, and they gonna do this. And you know what the statistics is? I think it's about after about 3 weeks into the new year. You know, the gyms, the membership goes up, the gyms are full the first day. We working off the turkey bellies, and we working off all this, that, and the third. I'm trying to move out of that. I'm going into I am. Come on now, somebody. That we trying to work off everything that we've had to eat and the holiday fat and all this stuff. And then after about 2 weeks or so, now it's not important anymore. And then you got a whole year, and we go through this cycle year after year after year. So I really want you to think about why are you settling for the in between stuff versus you deciding? Why are you settling for the in between stuff versus you deciding what it is that you really want and then having a plan and executing with action on what is the very next step? See, this is what we get mixed up at. We think that we have to know all 20 steps. We got to know what to do and when to do and how to do. And, we ask all these questions. You know what I want to tell you? That is called analysis paralysis. You collecting all the data. You got all your data points and you're checking this and you're checking that and you're analyzing this and you running these numbers and you figuring this out and you ain't figuring nothing. What your figure come out to be? Good evening, Brittany, and congratulations on your graduation. Congratulations to you. We do all of this figuring to come up with a sum total that equals wrong. Oh, y'all not gonna talk to me today. Why are we figuring and calculating and all these different sorts of types of things? We come up with a sum total that equals wrong. And why is it wrong? You're welcome. You're so welcome. Love to see people doing things, positive things. Love to people say they're gonna do it. Not people that's doing we on here talking about planning and all these different sorts of types of things because we got 10 days left in this year. We got 10 days left in this year, and you got people already planning. They gonna do, fin to, ought to, should do, wanna do, could do, and ain't doing nothing. You need to have a plan. Don't go into 2021 with that foolishness on what you should have been doing in 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 15. You get the point. We have to have a plan and execute it. And stop thinking that it's this fast thing that you got to rush and do it. Because see, this is the part. We will wait. This is what we do. We will work. Most people, if you start looking at their time for working, most people, once they start working at an early age, and some of our parents start working earlier than we did, and depending on how, a lot of teenagers start working at 16, 17, whatever. So you're looking at, if you're working from 16, 17 and you're fit in your 60s and 70s, you got about 45, 50 years under your belt, right? We will spend 45, 50, 60, 65, 70. And then you got some of these people that, up in age and they're still working. They're standing at the doors at Walmart. They're greeting and they're answering phones, whatever it is that they're doing. Not worried about so much of what they're doing. This is the point. They have worked years and years and years and years and years. But we will say that we don't have time to learn and upgrade, and we don't have time to read, and we don't have time to do something different. We don't have time to embrace a change because we're stuck on what we've always done. Check it out now. Preach, I need to write a new plan. Yes, get the plan done. Look, we will be stuck on this time, but we will spend 40 years building somebody else's dream, but we won't take a few minutes to start scratching our stuff on paper. Baby, this tablet right here, I mean, we won't take the time to scratch our stuff on paper, but we will go and work 40 years for somebody else's dream so they can retire early. How that make you feel? So they can travel to places that you can't go. They can do things that you can't afford to do. They can go places that you have never seen and probably would never see. And the way we settle with ourselves, we'll say, that's not important to me. I don't want to do that. That's a lie. I believe that if you can live a better life, if you can do the things that you desire. See, a lot of us we don't even try to want nothing because we didn't already put in our mind that we can't have it. But I don't know a thing that I can't have. I don't know a thing that I can't have. So, but a lot of us, we are playing our own head and say, I'm good. Money ain't everything. It ain't everything, but you try to live without it. You try to live without it. You back on the struggle bus, right? Being in a relationship ain't everything, but it makes you a little bit happier when especially if you one of these people that say you always lonely and bored. But see, like for me, I be so busy doing what I'm doing, I would have to almost schedule in a relationship. And that may sound bad to some people. I'm just saying. Because the average person, especially if they need it, if you get some needy person and you talking about you got calls all through the day and you on Zoom and you in Zoom rooms and you booming and you got to do your work and you working on your plan and you doing your visualizations, affirmations and meditation and prayer and all this, they going to get sick of you. So you're going to have to do what fit you. But whatever it is you do, you got to put time in it. And see, a lot of us, we're putting too much time into the wrong thing. You're going to have to divvy up that 1,440 minutes, 86,400 seconds, them 168 hours a week. You're going to have to divvy some of that up on your personal development. Yeah, you're going to have to divvy some of that up. You cannot be so busy working this job and so busy building somebody else's dream. See, you allowing somebody else to be on the golf course. You allowing somebody else to be wherever they at and spending time with their kids and making memories and doing all these different sorts of types of things. Building their dream houses while you complaining about where you're staying. They're able to go to places and go to Disney, whatever it is that float people's boat. Whatever that is that you define as a good life, you're not able to have that good life because you're not putting in any time in yourself because you're investing in everybody else. Can y'all help me? Why are we living this in between to say that someday? Someday is not on the calendar. One day is not on the calendar. I was so busy building someone else. Baby, we gonna knock the bricks off of that block. Princess, we gonna knock the bricks off of that block because it is time for us to build for ourselves. Build your legacy so that your name may ring and still be heard and still be acknowledged when you leave. You build your legacy. But see, we are in this in-between things that said that someday, one day, and see, especially, let me talk to my saved people. Come a little bit closer. See, we'll tell ourselves that, if it's meant to be that the Lord, you're waiting on the Lord. The Lord is waiting on you because he has already given you a blueprint. He's already given you instructions. See, some of the instructions that we use to build for somebody else was really yours. But you was afraid to be out in the front because you figured, I like to be in the back. I'm an introvert. And y'all, really, I don't even like if I don't do a lot of talking. Can you believe that? Talk to the saints. Because see, we sit around and what I don't like, Princess, is, we saved and everything, um, but we some of the brokest people. We know that our daddy has, all the cattle on 1,000 hills, but we're not eating from the fat of the lamb. Why is it that we're suffering if we know where our help comes from? We say stuff that we don't believe. My help comes from the Lord. Whence all my help come from? I look to the hills. Whence all my help come from? You know that He is my provider, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nisi. He is all of that. But if you don't believe that you can eat from the lamb, people over spiritualize everything to justify their foolishness. Can we say that again for the people in the back? People in the back, hey. Some stuff you need to just come off your high horse and come down here and spend some time with us, and let's do some stuff that work. And then when we do that, let's be able to share and show other people how to do it. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing that gets y'all all caught up. Excuse me. This is the thing that gets you caught up. Let me tell you what gets you caught up. You are so tangled up and hooked up. You working and operating with people that, one, don't even admire you. This don't have to be no romantic relationship. I don't have the time, neither the patience, or even a desire to be around people. Because see, a lot of people, you try to fit in places that you're not designed to fit. I haven't did anything else with this puzzle, but I'm gonna show you. I was sitting here reading, and it just kept coming to mind. I got up, I stopped reading and went to the store and got this puzzle. Wait a minute, which way I need to go? Where is it? There you go. But see, when I started working on this puzzle, those pieces are going to have to those pieces are going to fit. They're going to have to fit jointly together and in the right place. Right? Listen. But see, you trying to put yourself in position with people that don't even like you. You're trying to work with people that don't like you, don't admire you. You thinking that you showing them something because you're trying to hang around with your haters. I don't need to be around my haters. You can keep on looking and lurking on my page. You can keep on saying what you got to say from a distance. But I don't have to be in your space. And you don't have to be in my space, but you need to work and be with people that admire you, and just stop doing stuff that do not make you smile, that is robbing your peace. How is it that you sit around people that you scared to breathe, and you can't say anything, and you're scared to move, and you're scared to say anything because you're afraid that if you say something, you may say the wrong something. You got some of them people, they so perfect in their speech. They'll cut you off and tell you that you mispronounced a word and this and that. You have some people, they so word perfect and they so word smart and broke. They can correct you like never before. But how many of you know, where is that taking you? When you get through correcting me, and while you sitting on the edge of your seat, worried about me gonna say the wrong thing, where is that gonna get you? Oh, y'all not going to talk to me today. Hit the share button. Hit the share button. Not going to talk to me today. Because you got to look at, your peace should be everything. So you got to stop doing this in between stuff. Because see, when you're doing stuff in between, I'm in between. Have you ever seen a person in between jobs? Actually, really, usually when they in between jobs, they don't even have one. Have you heard that? Have you heard people in between? They be in between because they still looking for one. And see, I'm not going to be in between with my joy and my happiness and peace. Those things going to have to be intact. They're going to have to be in place. And so you have to stop being around people that don't admire you, don't like you. Ones that's judging you, envious of you, jealous of you. Ones that have a problem. Why are you trying to stay in relationship with some foolery like that? How does that make you feel? You trying to fit in places where you don't fit. And then when you go home at night and you land there, you're feeling so bad and you're feeling so empty and you're feeling like a dummy, you're feeling like a fool, you're feeling all broken and you're feeling some certain way. And I mean, that's not to call anybody anything. I'm saying the way people feel when they put themselves in a position with people that they shouldn't even be around. You got to be okay. You got to be okay to depart from people that no longer belong in your life. You in between while you're waiting for Mr. Perfect to come, but you selling them for this crazy foolishness that you got going on. We do it on jobs, we do it in relationships, we do it in friendship. She got a problem with you doing what you doing. You thought been there and done it. You thought that your friend was for you. See, friends, we throw that love, we throw that word around. So, friends and friends. You would think that two people will be the most proud of you when you do what you do, when you are living the life of your dream. You would think that your family and your friends will be your cheerleaders. But do you know most of the time, and not in all cases, I didn't say in all cases, but in a lot of cases, friends and family is the ones that have you hurting and feeling some type of way because you figure they were supposed to support you. And we done sung this song to ourselves that blood is thicker than water. We say all this crazy stuff to ourselves. Have you ever just thought about what a lot of people say that all this, some of these church folks too? Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. You can't be real. You can't have real emotions and feelings, and everything just got to be so deep and all these different sorts of types of things. But I pray that this is what I pray. This is what I pray. I pray that we will go into 2021 being real and authentic, being ourselves, not even being so bothered about what you think, what you say, and how you feel. See, a lot of us are not moving in our greatness because we're afraid of what somebody close to us think. Your girlfriend. See, you gotta have peace with the people that are not at peace with you by giving them, you're gonna have to give them the grace of goodbye. I don't have a problem with it. The grace of goodbye. Because when you start allowing people to rob you of your peace and your joy and your happiness, you got to get that out of your space. I can't let you come up in here messing up my environment because of your opinion. That one don't matter and two don't count. We get so hung up and we get so hurt. We so hurt on how they feel and what they said and what they think. Who cares? It's time to get from in between and make a decision. You either get in front or get thee behind me, Satan. You're gonna have to get thee behind me because you're not gonna be leading me where I don't want to go. Yeah, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. So it is time for us to decide what it is that we want, what it is that you truly desire, and put a plan on it. Put a plan on it. We worry about putting a ring on it. We worried about, we put our focus in the wrong areas. But put a plan on your desire, and then, and your plan, put you some dates on there. You need some dates. Put you some dates on there. Set a goal. And make it be something that you really want, where it is not optional. And you say, honey, if you gotta go, this can't go. If you gotta leave, this right here can't go. Because I want this so bad. You gotta want it so bad. You got to want it so bad that you're willing to lose some other stuff. You got to want something so bad that you're willing to make space for some other stuff. Sometimes we have to we have to throw some things out in order to let some things come in. We have to put some things out. See, the farmer know he got to put seed in the ground in order to reap a harvest. He can't just go out there wishing and wanting and hoping and thinking something gonna come up in the ground and he ain't putting that down there. And do all the things that nurturing it and nourishing it. Yeah, I want it bad. Hey, Belinda, thank you so much for joining. That's where we gotta be. I want it so bad that nothing else matters. Your opinion don't matter. You walking out of my life don't matter. What you think don't matter. People will try to they'll try to talk you out of your dreams. But what you have to do, this is a tip for you. Excuse me, this is a tip for you. In order for you to protect your desire, that burning desire that you want, sometimes you have to clear your space. All the time. No, not sometimes. All the time. You have to clear your clutter. You have to clear your space of negativity. When you detect it, clear it. When you detect negativity in your environment, you have to clear it out. Stop trying to find the good up under the bad rock. Stop trying to think, well, maybe they didn't mean it like they said, and all these different sorts of types of things. If they were bold enough, brave enough, and crazy enough to let it come about their mouth, they meant exactly what they said. Even with people that get intoxicated and drink, sometimes they'll say all different sorts of types of things, call you out your name, and if it were, I just did that because I was no, you did what you did because you was bold enough now to do it because you was intoxicated because you was a punk to do it. And I know this is going to, I know. You didn't want to say it, so now you want to put it on the alcohol. No, you have people that will say stuff to you and they meant exactly what they said. It doesn't matter about you apologizing. You felt like that about me. But you know what? That's fine. Keep feeling that way. I don't want you to change it. You don't have to apologize. We're good. Keep feeling that way. You finding better in people than they find in themselves, and they're gonna talk you down. They're gonna talk about you. They're gonna try to talk you out of your dreams, and you're still saying, it's okay. Come on, let's. He didn't really mean it. She didn't mean it. I said something or I did something to make them say. I don't say nothing to make you feel negative about me. This just happened to me yesterday. There ain't no coincidence that this coming up, princess. There's no coincidence. When people let stupid stuff, foolish stuff, ignorant stuff, uneducated stuff, hurtful stuff come out of their mouth, you believe what they say. I don't care about you apologizing. I will accept your apology. But the way you handle me later and ongoing and going forward will be different. It will be different. Stop trying to let people tell you, I didn't mean it. You know how this is how I know people mean what they say. This is how I know people mean what they say. Because see, that stuff, it don't just be that sporadically came up and came out. That's stuff that they've been thinking about. They was waiting for the perfect time and for the perfect situation because they wanted to tell you about yourself. They wanted to tell you just how they feel about you. And you know what? I'm glad you feel that way, boo. Peace. See, we get in between these things because, see, our mind cannot fathom what you can gain. It can only measure what you lose. So sometimes we'll keep on trying to find the good in people, say they didn't mean it. It's gonna get better. We think it get better over time. No, boo. When you don't address a problem head on and right on, it gets worse. It gets worse. And I know, October is domestic violence. That's how domestic violence starts. It don't get better. They start by, calling you out of your name. Now they don't know what your name is on your birth certificate and on your driving license and on your state ID or whatever. And then they start the little nudging upside the head type of stuff. Then they want to start pushing on you. Then they want to start slapping on you. Now they want to start punching on you. And now they want to do this. That's the way it starts. So you have to look at every form of abuse. If it's verbal, it starts with saying dumb stuff. And you don't have to stay around that person and figure, every time I see them, that's all I can think about. No, you recognize that they were ignorant. You recognize that they did not value the relationship. You recognize that you obviously are not who they want. And this don't have to be a romantic relationship. This can be a partnership. This can be a business relationship. This can be a friendship. This can be a family ship. I don't care what type of ship it is. When the ship is wandering and waving all out in the water and you don't have nothing to tie that thing down, when it start running rampant, start running your mouth and you act like you don't have no control over your mouth because it's just shooting off stuff because you say you don't have no control. And this is the one that really kills me. I just can't help it. Why you can't? Why you can't shut up? Why you can't scan your mouth? Why is it that you cannot think before you speak? You know why? It's a choice. Life is the C between the B and the D, somebody said. It's the choices that we make between birth and death. And that's the conversations that we have. Those are the relationships that we have. Those are the choices that we make about our finances, about our bodies, about our relationships, about our businesses, about our homes. It is about everything it's about everything. Or just try to justify what they did. Boo, bye. You don't need to justify. I don't even need you explaining. Because you said it and you did it because you meant it. You meant that thing. You meant it. So when people show you who they are, believe them. You can't have a bigger, better belief about somebody. And I know, sometimes we think, even as parents, you want your children to be great. You want them to go out and do wonderful, marvelous, magnificent things. You want them to go out there, but they're going to have to go out there and make their own decision. Because it doesn't matter how many times you tell them don't do. The things you tell them don't do is the thing they go to do. And it doesn't matter how much you want them to do. They got to want it for themselves. You had to want it for yourself. Your mama was trying to tell you stuff. Big mama was trying to tell you something. Big daddy and Paw and your daddy and your auntie and Uncle Big June and all them, they was trying to tell your behind something. And guess what? It was until you made up your mind. Because most of us would say, I got to live my life for myself. I just got to be me. Sometimes being me just being me will keep me broke, lonely, tired, and all these other different sorts of types of things. So it's time for you to stop living in between. You stuck in between because you haven't made a decision of what you want. Because when you know what you really want, anything that's not that won't work. It won't work. So you're settling because you haven't decided. You haven't decided the life that you want to live because see, you was told why you when you was little, maybe I don't know why you think that. Why do you think that you can have that? Why do you think you're supposed to have that? Why do you think that you can do that? Because I can. Imagination is the biggest nation, and you had one when you was a little girl. You had your little tea sets. You had your little dishes and you was pretending like you was cooking in your little kitchen set. You was washing dishes. You was playing with your little baby doll. You had fixed your little stomach up. You was having a family and you was just so happy. You had an imagination then. Imagination is the biggest nation. Go back to that little girl. Go back to that little boy and start to imagine that dream life you desired. And then let's work on it. Let's work on it. Look, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I am hungry and I'm going to get me something to eat. And so I'm super excited. Look, if you want to be a part, we're getting ready to kick off Empowerment Inner Circle January the 7th, 2021. That is a way for you to work with me within in a small group. If you're looking for a coach or a mentor, know that I'm your girl. If you need somebody to push you, encourage you. Look, now, wait a minute. We're going to get this clear. Because, see, sometimes we get it mixed up with coaching and mentoring. Sometimes we think that, that we got to talk every day. That ain't what that's about. It is about you getting in what, I don't know what kind, it doesn't matter what type of coach you have. You need somebody to hold you behind accountable. Yeah, hold you accountable. Well, when you look back, and this is what I like about it, it's like the change just sneak up on you. This is what I like about what I do. Because, see, sometimes you can be thinking in the back of your mind, like, this stuff ain't even helping me. What is this? What am I doing? I didn't know I was going to be doing no stuff like this. What is this mess? But then one day out of the blue, and you look back and like, dang, I've come a mighty long ways. You know how we say it. When I look back over my life, come a mighty long ways. You got to know that it is small, gradual change that make a big difference. See, a lot of us, we want this big bang and say that it's this big thing, but it's the little things that you do every day. It is the small incremental steps that you take every day that's going to make all the difference in the world. Because, see, the big stuff you ain't going to see. Because, see, once you get the joy of the big stuff, then after that, bam, it's over. But, baby, take your time. Take your time. You have to... I fascinate myself. Sometimes y'all probably think I'm a little crazy, but when you take your time, it's a little bit better than you rushing. Sometimes you have to use your imagination, and you can parallel your imagination about one thing into this work thing, into this other space, and baby, when you just start imagining and thinking about, you know, when you take your time, and then when the big bang come, you're excited. But when you rushing and you in a hurry and you don't have time and you done flew on by you and thinking, okay, what was that? Get out of this between stuff. Think about what you're going to do about it. Stop trying to put a ring on it, put a plan on it, put a date on it. Can we get a plan together, put a date on it, and let's start making some moves. Making moves toward your desired goal. And I say stuff, and I say it. I say it to be funny. I say it to be. I try to keep you entertained, but this is really not about entertaining. This is about your life. Your life. You got to think about this. Some of the things that you want. Your life is on the line, right? It's serious. This is serious. So don't settle and put your life in anybody's hand, doing all these different sorts of types of things. But let's make a decision to say, you know what, I am ready for a change. So join us for Empowering Nate in the Circle. Join us for Empowering Nate in the Circle. If you've been a part of it before, be a part of it again. If you've never been a part of it, be a part of it. Because, baby, we going to new levels in 2021. You better be ready, because we getting ready to start making this money. Living the life of our dreams, baby. We getting ready to do some things. Don't allow a crisis, a tragedy, a circumstance, and I know I said tragedies. Don't let circumstances, situations, don't let COVID-19, don't let a pandemic, don't let all this stuff, the vaccination, vaccines and all that. Stop worrying about stuff that you can't worry about. Stop worrying about stuff that you can't change. Now, what you can change is the outcome of your life. Good evening, April. Thank you so much for joining. You can change the outcome of your life. So, what are you waiting on? Why are you waiting to change the outcome of your life? What are you waiting on? See, we'll say, when everything is over, then I'll be ready. No, you got to work in the middle of it. You work in the middle of it. We have 10 days left in this year. We have 10 days left in this month. You work in the middle of it. You don't have to wait till 1/1/21. You can start tonight, today. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Empowering 8 is a good way for you to start working with me. A good way for you to be able to experience me a little bit more. I love Empowering 8 Inner Circle. I love my Empowering 8 Inner Circle sisters. I do. I really do. So if you're looking for a coach, you're looking for a mentor, check me out. Maybe I'm not for you. May need to check out somebody else. But stop thinking that you're going to change something that you broke. Stop thinking you're going to fix something you broke. You can't YouTube it. You are not. You need some interaction with some energy that's going to get you moving. Get your mojo going. I'm your girl. I am your girl. So I'm excited, looking for, that's good, yes, I'm excited, looking forward to 2021. I'm looking forward to finishing this year strong. We love you too. Thank you so much. Good evening, Shanti. Thank you so much for joining. We're not gonna even rush and talk about what we're gonna be doing, and we're gonna do what we're doing in 2021, but we're gonna finish off 2020 well. We got 10 days. We got a lot of time. I see my Empowering 8 sisters on here. Sister Belinda, my sister Shanti, my sister Princess. Who else on here? Empowering 8, toot your horn. Boop, boop. I love it. I love it. Let me see. Love it. Let me put me some emojis on here. Yay. Let me see. Did I do it? I don't know. Did it show up? I don't know. I guess it showed up. Anyway, um, but yeah, it's time. I don't know what I'm doing, but anyway, we getting ready to get out of here. I'm about to get me something to eat. Um, Yay! I'm excited. I'm excited. Super excited about the finish of this year, and really um the finish of this year. Yes, if you're looking for a coach, mentor, look no further. Coach O is the best. Thank you so much. Love you so much, Shanti. I used to say, I'm here. I see ya. I used to say, Coach O, the best O that I know. That's still me. That's still me. That's still me. I am amazing to myself, not being arrogant, not being funny, not doing this, that, and the third. But that's what I think about me. And you should think something about yourself. We know that the word said that we should not think more than ourselves than we ought, but you ought to be thinking something. Good evening, Lenora. Thank you so much for joining. Show up. Show up. Let's do some things. I want to do some things. I want to do some things with you all. This is my endeavor. I was getting ready to go. This is my endeavor. I want to help thousands of women all over the world. I do. I want to see you living the life of your dream. I love to see you win. I want to see you win. One person that you don't never have to worry about hating on you and jealous of you, I'm going to support you. I am going to support you. You don't have to worry about Coach O hating on you. I love to see my sisters win. I want to see you winning in life. I want to see you winning in your relationship. I want to see you winning in your business. I want to see you winning in your marriage. And I want to see you winning in your money. I do. I do. I will celebrate your wins. I will support you in your wins. I love to see my sisters win. Look, we're getting ready to get out of here. I pray that you have an amazing day. And if you're new to me, this is your girl, Coach O, founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, known as your procrastination strategist, behavior change expert. I help you to build unshakable confidence, stop procrastinating, and to get your dreams out of your head into your life. And I'm telling you, the change, it creeps up on you. It sneaks up on you. Your change is coming. You better believe that it is coming. You will make decisions that you wouldn't have made. You will make decisions that you want to make. You will get from out of that space of in between. You wouldn't be stuck in between. It's time for us to get out of this between thing and make a decision. What we want, go for it, get it, enjoy it, love it. I'll talk to you later.